all the endeavor to understand spirit with your mind, it can never yield results. Spirit is therefore beyond the mind. So the knowing of the spirit is when all these things have been silenced. Then spirit comes forward as a realization, something you realize. The word knowing always seems to have something to do with mind. You see, that is why we prefer, or I prefer to use the word realize. Religion is supposed to mature into spirituality. Every human is having that mind, which is a basket, but the content differ. So the content for, let's say, the Muslims, what is inside their mind is different. The content for the Christian is different. What is being told, what is receiving, what is believing, they are all inside the mind. Nothing opposes God.
You see,
otherwise it's not God. Yes. Spirituality, to understand, first, we are spirits.
We humans, we are spirits.
Yeah, we are spirits.
Okay.
So the understanding must go beyond just the mind.
Okay.
When mind understands something, it is different from realizing that you are spirit.
Okay.
Mind cannot understand spirit. So all the endeavor to understand spirit with your mind, it can never yield results. But you bypass mind, and there it is, spirit. Okay. It's almost like something simple. You see, when your mind is using the five senses to know things, through your eyes, through your ears, through tasting, smelling, feeling, and so on, then you get to know. So that type of knowing can never know spirit.
So you have to bypass
because spirit
the five senses.
is not in the external things to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be tasted, and so on. Spirit is something. It's only when you switch off the externals.
Okay.
You switch all the externals off before you become aware you are. Because always you are. But what you are is not part of the things you have switched on. Mm-hmm. So you switch on seeing. What you see is not spirit. You switch on hearing. What you hear is not spirit. So all the things we switch on in this world, when you switch them all off, then it remains spirit.
Okay.
So your mind functions only with these external things. And for you to be able to switch off completely all these external things, then you switch on the mind, because the mind is the thing which is making these things function. The mind makes the eyes function. The mind makes the hearing function. So if the mind is switched off, hearing, seeing, smelling, all these things, they are gone. So spirit is therefore beyond the mind. So the knowing of the spirit is when all these things have been silenced. Then spirit comes forward as a realization, something you realize.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the knowing is the spirituality. The knowing that you are a spirit is the spirituality, or?
Yes, but the word knowing always seems to have something to do with mind. You see,
okay.
that is why we prefer, or I prefer to use the word realize. Realize is the self-knowing, but just not to confuse it with the knowing process where you are using the mind.
Okay.
So I prefer to use the word realize.
Okay. So realizing that you are a spirit, is the
Spirit.
spirituality.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is spirituality different from religion, or does it have some connotation or relationship with religion?
Religion is supposed to mature into spirituality.
Okay.
So if it doesn't get there, religion is just worldly.
Okay.
Yes. Because all the things you'll be told in religion, you are told and you receive it in your mind. And mind is not you. So let's say you have a basket and you are carrying it. So all the things you receive in the basket, it's not you, it's something yours. But it's not you. You are there and you have something. So you have mind. And all the things we gather in the mind, it's not you. You see? And in the long run, you can take the basket and put aside. And there you realize you are minus basket. The real you is minus the basket. So mind is like a basket you are carrying. And the content of the mind, the books we read, and all the things that go on, the instructions, and all the religious directions given us, we receive them inside our basket. Now, if the instruction, among the instructions, there is one instruction that says, hey, try to be freed, because the more you are putting in this basket, it's a load, it's bondage. So take the basket, put aside, and see how free you are. Are you getting it?
I'm getting it.
So spirituality does away with all indoctrinations. So people are carrying, every human is having that mind, which is a basket. But the content differ. So the content for, let's say, the Muslims, what is inside their mind is different. The content for the Christian is different. What is being told, what is receiving, what is believing, they are all inside the mind, the basket. So the content of your mind is different from somebody's content of the mind. But ultimately, the real you is carrying these things. If you take that basket and put aside, and that Muslim, if you're a Christian, you take it and put aside, and the Christian takes the basket, which is the mind, and put aside, the spirit that that Muslim is and the spirit that you are, the same. That is God. The God in him or her and the God in you. But when you're carrying the basket, all those things are not you, and they are just part of the bondage. Okay. It's a luggage. Okay. You see. So the real liberation is beyond these things.
Okay.
Yes. So spirituality, as you asked the question, that is what. Okay. So religion, you take things inside the basket, hoping that among the things you are taking in the basket, the information, one of the things will point to the fact that, hey, take the basket, take it and put aside, and that is your liberation. So, but if you put, and there isn't that instruction inside what you are putting, then you are missing everything.